feel I've not had a formal introduction. I want to give you a dopamine hit with some substance. Not that anyone is looking for validation. Oh yeah, there's one question. There's one question I know. Makeup routine, skincare routine नहीं है मेरे पास. Hi, welcome back to the PV podcast episode 10. For today's episode, we won't be having any guest. It's just going to be me talking to you because I feel many of you have told me that you do not see more of me talking or speaking on the podcast or otherwise, and I feel I've not had a formal introduction. Sorry, my voice is raspy today, but I needed to show this. So yeah, coming back, a lot of people have told me that they do not see much of me on the podcast, and I think the reason is because the speaker has to speak. The speaker is the one who would be sharing uh, about their experiences, and they are the guest. And I think they should have that thing wherein they speak more and I speak less. But this is a perfect opportunity, that I come in and tell you about the PV podcast. I come in and tell you about what and how it started, and also address some of the questions which people have asked me otherwise, and some questions people have asked me on Instagram very recently, wherein I put a small chat box for people to ask me questions if they have any, just to make it more fun. I have no script, by the way. Um, we are going to keep it unfiltered as the PV podcast is and how it is supposed to be unfiltered. That's how I like it. So, starting with what is a POV podcast? So, the POV podcast is basically a podcast wherein people like you and I come and speak and share their experiences. Like we have had a doctor, we have had an author, we have had a psychiatrist, we have had a CEO of a company who's also featured in Forbes now, and come and spoken about how they did what they did, why, and everything about their journey. And I think I wanted it to be this way because it's more relatable. I think we can resonate more to that. There are a lot of podcasts and there's a lot of content online, I feel, and it is good. It is amazing. I watch it myself, obviously, but I wanted to give you a dopamine hit with more depth. And I wanted a podcast wherein you can relate to people like you and I, and people who I feel honestly are the real go getters. Because, listening to a Shah Rukh Khan or a Virat Kohli, I'm taking bigger names just for reference, but I think the real Shah Rukh, Deepika, Virats of our, you know, like people like us also need to be heard. And that is why I wanted to do this podcast. So that is what the POV podcast is about, to answer the question which I usually get. Now, the second question is how the POV podcast happened. So, the POV podcast is an idea rooted from the POV Girl, which is my page on Instagram. That page, particularly, was the reason why this came into play. um, on POV Girl, I started posting reels very random. Like, these are the five skin care products that made my skin glowy in winter. But that didn't sit right with me. I'm not someone who has a makeup routine myself. I do not have a skincare routine. And I did not want that to come online because we have lots of it. This is something I like doing. This is something that I feel is my space. And I wanted to, keep doing more of it. And a big thank you to everyone who has been giving such a lovely response, people who have been sending such nice messages. I think that really motivates me. And the reason why we have shot so many episodes is also because of you guys who have come in and showed so much love. And despite of the fact of it being organic and authentic. Why I say this is because I haven't used any paid promotions or marketing tools in order to get views or any bot followers. And irrespective of that, the response has been amazing, to say the least. And I think going forward also, I'll keep adding more elements to the video. Like I added one today, wherein the introduction is something new, something fun I wanted to add. Going forward, the episodes will be really nice. I've been reaching out to a lot of people to come and speak on the podcast, on topics that you and I can relate to, that you and I can learn something from. And I believe that if you're removing time from your day, if you're removing even 10 minutes to watch any of the reels that I put on Instagram from the podcast, or if you come and view the podcast, I think you should learn something out of that. Like I mentioned earlier, I want to give you a dopamine hit with some substance, with some depth, with something that stays with you. For example, this line from one of my podcasts, people say that a lot, is "Kuch to log kahenge, logo ka kaam hai kehna," right? And I think we all resonated with it so well. because I think we live in that era. So anyway, that was one example. I do have some questions which people have asked me from the Instagram chat that I put. So the chat box that I put on Instagram. So I'm going to read that out, not from my phone, from my journal, and I'll be answering that. Not that I'm an influencer or content creator, but I just wanted to make this video fun. So the first question says that you have an accent. I don't know what, but it's not an Indian accent. Keep it up. Love your podcasts. Thank you. Personally, I do not think I have an accent. I don't believe I have an accent. The reason you might think, or people who have told me also that you have an accent, I think it is because I speak too fast. Sometimes I think the pace is a little faster. Maybe that's why you think. I do not wish to have an accent. I love my Indian accent. The T's and the R's, they roll out really well. But if you think I have an accent, thank you. Maybe. Yeah, thank you. And one question says that, Rashmi, I'm so proud of what you're doing. It's very gutsy of you to do a podcast. It is not something that people do a lot, and I'm sure it takes a lot of time. Keep doing it. I will. Yes, it does take a lot of time to shoot a podcast. I'm not saying that it's easy. It's very tasking because it's a whole process. Shoot a video, connect with the guest, make amends to the time, remove the background noise, add some filter if the lighting is not proper, take out time from your schedule. They tell you what time they are available, and sometimes it's like what 7 in the morning here, and then you know how it is. It's not easy, but I love doing it. Like I said, so I'd keep going, and I'm not gonna stop. I'll keep doing it, and I'll keep doing it better, like I've mentioned earlier, going forward. And if you have any feedbacks or suggestions, let me know as well. Now, there's another one that says, have you had any hate comments? And if yes, how do you deal with that? And have you had any judgments from family, friends, or otherwise? No, my family, my friends have been rather supportive. One big thing I'd like to mention here is people who don't even know me, or people who have not spoken to in years, or people who I'm not in touch with. They have really come out and said that, Rashmi, you're doing well. We love your podcast. And this is so big because I feel that someone who's starting something new, be it a business, be it a podcast, or be it anything. Sorry, I think my battery is not low. It's fine. So I think it really motivates someone. It really pushes you to do something better and keep doing what you're doing. It gives you that it gives you that confidence. Not that anyone is looking for validation. No one should look for validation, but it keeps you going. That's what I would say. And judgments, I think I'm probably not the only one who's getting judgment. I am sure, like, at least on my face, no one has come and told me that, but I feel and I know that there will be judgments, and I'm okay with it. It doesn't bother me. I'm in my Zen mode since a year now. I don't seek validation. I don't want anyone's validation. I think the only validation I want is my own, and I want to be that way. And if someone is taking out time to judge me, so thank you, because you're spending a lot of energy and time on that. So thank you for that, I guess. And no, it doesn't bother me, and there has been no hate comments or judgments. But even if you see it that way, even influencers or like content creators or celebrities, also for that matter, they do have a lot of judgments, no? But they don't stop what they're doing. They keep doing what they like to do. And I think everyone should do that. Piece of advice. Please note. And yeah, I think that's it. So thank you for tuning into this mini episode or mini podcast from me, the host, Rashmi. And I don't have anything else to say. And I know I'm not. Oh yeah, there's one question. There's one question I know. Mm, it was something on the lines of that. Now that you're an influencer, did I answer that? No. So no, I'm not an influencer. I'm a content creator, and I want to be a content creator, a good one. And I don't want to be an influencer because मेरे पास कुछ है ही नहीं बताने के लिए कि like what goes in my day, what goes into my day, makeup routine, skincare routine नहीं है मेरे पास. इसीलिए I'm not doing reels, or I'm not doing mini छोटो छोटो reels on Instagram and be like, come sit with me while I do my makeup. I do not have a makeup routine. I do not have a skincare routine. Yes, I do have ideas. I do have people who can come and speak to you and come and share their ideas with you. And I hope that really sits with you. And that is something I can give you. But get ready with me. agar hopefully this podcast or this goes big also, and I don't think I'll ever have anything of that sorts. And that's the reason why I wanted to cut through the noise that's on Instagram. I wanted to cut through the doom scrolling on Instagram, and that's pretty much why I came up with the idea of this podcast. So thank you. And if you're judging, please do it. Doesn't matter, doesn't bother me. Thank you again, and bye from the PV podcast.